Hiya! In my last video, how to ask the right questions, I explained to you the importance of the what, the why, and when you ask questions. But what I didn't in that video share with you is the actual how. So I'm going to share that with you now through 3 simple things. You have to be genuinely curious, number 1. You have to be genuinely concerned, number 2. And number 3, you have to be genuinely committed. Now, let's start with number 1, genuinely concerned. Now, when you are, let's say, at the early stages of your sales process, the whole reason for you to be even communicating with that prospect is to try and get a better understanding so that you can get a much better picture of the mutual value that there is there. So if you're going to ask questions, then you really have to ask like you're genuinely interested in what they're going to say and what they're going to tell you in response to your question. So your conversation at this stage is far less of the small talk, so far less of the how are you, how's the weather sort of thing, and much more to the point. Your voice should reflect that of a person who doesn't know. So check your inflection in the mirror, or as I'm always saying to everybody, just record yourself. Look at my live recordings and you'll see that I use a tone, my tone, to tell the gatekeeper that I need their help. Think about how you might ask for directions, for example. Think about pulling up next to some stranger and how do you ask them for directions? Your tone is that of a plea, if you like. So use that tone on the phone. Number 2, genuine concern. Now, when you reach the face-to-face stages of your sales process, you really do have to show more than curiosity, because now this prospect, you need to know if it's worth investing in, and your tone should really reflect empathy for their situation. Remember, you're only there because something needs a fix, so you have to show them your concern for their problem much more than you need to show them your excitement for your own offering. So take your time to build rapport, mirror them, and pace your questions. You've really got to appear comfortable, as though you would if you were in a coffee shop with a friend. Your tone should influence deep thought. Think about lawyers when they cross-examine. You know, when they've got a really great return to come back with and they're ready to fire. Just really slow and steady. Uncover those cracks that will that you know your offering is going to fill. And again, save that enthusiasm that you've got for your own offering for when they ask you for a solution. Okay? Number 3, you've got to show genuine commitment. Now, at the real later stages of the sale, when you're looking to close a deal and progress through to implementation, well, these stages, such as during the presentation, during the demonstration, possibly the pilot, or even negotiation, by now you should feel and come across as more of a part of their business. So your question should be delivered with confidence and much more as an equal in that business, someone who challenges the status quo if necessary, but from their side of the fence, not from yours. Now, I was once asked if it was necessary for the company to invest in evaluation as part of my training solution, and my answer was actually a question. I said, well, how important is it that we measure the results? And my tone was that of a colleague and not a potential supplier trying to pitch it. My expression was open. I used the words we, not I or you, emphasizing the partnership and mutual time invested. Now, throughout all of this, remember to be conversant and not interrogative. Think about the words that might make you come across a little aggressive or impatient or even pushy, and just eliminate them. You know, practice in the mirror, as I said, or maybe even with recordings. I love recordings. I think they're great. Obviously, you can see I watch myself and I learn a lot about the next time. Now, I can't stress much, so I can't really stress enough how much you can learn from just listening to yourself. Ask yourself this: would you want to answer your questions? Or do your questions make a good point? Or do your questions challenge for improvement? Do your questions show genuine curiosity, genuine concern, or genuine commitment? That's the key. So I hope that's been helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will be back very soon. Take care.